My run of beans never came up this year, so I thought, what shall I do with my cane structure? I need to use it or it's a waste. So I've put in French climbing beans. Now, as opposed to dwarf beans, these climbing beans climb, as you can see, up the frame. These I sowed at home in a cold greenhouse about 3 months ago, and then brought them down here when they were little plants. And as you can see, they've escaped the black fly, which has really taken hold of the broad beans this year. And hopefully they will flower and produce beans without the black fly attacking them. That's one type of frame I have. Simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 uprights crossing at the top, one beam at the top, and then I put 2 vertical ones in the ground midway just to get most out of the soil, and that way you can grow a couple of beans in the center of the frame as well. Or you can build a sort of wigwam frame. And there's my plants at the bottom. There's one climbing up, and these others, which possibly may not be climbing beans. I think they are, but if they're not, they're dwarf beans. No, I think they're climbing beans. Here are some cucumbers I put in a couple of weeks ago, and they're now beginning to flower, and they're sending out these little feelers. So I've put up a simple frame for them to climb up so that the cucumbers will hang. These little white frames are basically from a laundry dryer which I found on a skip, and I thought I'll take it apart and that'll make a good frame to start them off on. You can see where I chopped off the tops of the broad beans a few weeks ago when black fly started getting into the tops of the plants, but look at that, they're still heavily infested, and there's no way their predators can keep up. I mean, this snail has climbed up the broad bean a good 5 feet to try and get some of those black fly, and it's now sleeping, having gorged on them. But the broad beans now are almost ready to harvest. I've already harvested quite a few, but these, you see, have been affected by black fly. The black fly don't actually get inside, but they just cover the pod and the leaves. That's a sticky mess in there, look at that. They cover the leaves and the pods, so when you pod them and pick them, it's best to wear gloves. Although, I mean, getting it on your hands, you can wash it off okay. It's just sticky and not very nice. I mean, they don't bite or anything.